So we go ahead and 3-bet like this because we're taking a 3-bet fold spot here. If we do get called by this guy and he flats in position, we have a hand that plays pretty well post flop, and we can c-bet and take it down most of the time on ace and king high boards. Um, this guy seems pretty competent though, the Saluki, so I don't believe he would be flatting here too often unless he's decided to trap. But as, his range is so wide here, five-handed on the button, that we can't obviously automatically put him on a massive hand. And he gets through, which is nice. Always nice when that works. Pocket fours, slam that open on the button, and we get it through. 8-3, decide to open up next hand, just kind of going with the game flow. Showing I'm the table captain, just sort of going with the table dynamics, and the stack size is behind, perfect for just to open any two cards here. Don't have to call anyone off, and we get it through. Deuce 9, go ahead and fold. I don't mind opening there either, actually. Again, same situation as last time. It does look strong that we've opened 3 hands in a row if we were to open here. And again, we don't have to call anybody off, which is great. But I take one off. It's kind of maintaining my image that I'm not completely abusing them. But for the most part, that is what we're trying to do. 9-3, again, same as last time with the 8-3 hand. Cards don't really matter, This time we get 3-bet. You could certainly 4-bet here to maybe 50k or 49, 50k, I like. I just think at this point in time, it's a bit too high variance to maybe even take this line because you've got 3 other stacks who are, 2 are on 15 bigs, one guy is on 20 bigs. I'm in a comfortable spot here on 270k, chipping up really nicely, kind of opening at will. And I don't really want to get into a high variance spot here against a perceived maniac in Chorizo. He could very well be light here. The likelihood is that he's probably not, though, considering the stack size is behind, because Corp is on 15 bigs. So, if he was to shove, then Chorizo most likely would be priced into calling. So that's another factor in him 3-betting there, looking quite strong. Of course, he has a bluff range here too. He's shown that he can be very, very aggressive. But I think, yeah, folding is definitely the best option, and that's what I go ahead and do. Queen 8 off. I like opening here, actually, considering we've just been 3-bet. I highly doubt if he was light last time, and he's thinking on a different level, then for him to 3-bet again for me, if I opened, would look very, very strong. But I just go ahead and fold, which is fine. Get a walk with 5-9, very nice. Ace King. Somehow I don't think we're going to be folding here. This is a great spot for us, being aggressive. Chorizo, has the tendency to 3-bet. He's a very lag player. This is a fantastic spot for us if we open and we get 3-bet by him. And Corp has a good, a decent shove stack where we don't have to be calling him off if we were raising sort of garbage on the button. So he's got to take that into account as well. But obviously we're never folding Ace King in this spot here. So go ahead and open as we have been. And we do get jammed on, which is fantastic for us. And we, of course, snap here with Ace King. And he actually had a decent hand, a decent reshove hand here with Jack 10 suited. So I like his shove. I would also have done the same, I think. And we hit the ace, and he hit his 10 as well, but we hold because we're running really well in this tournament. So a nice addition to our stack there. We are now on just over 50 big blind, which is fantastic news. Cementing our position as a chip leader, with Chorizo slightly behind us. So we carry on opening here with pocket threes and take the blinds, which is fine. Wow. Oh, wow. Aces and king jack. Let's just replay that and see how that played out. So stand-up flush, who is on less than 20 bigs, min raises. Chorizo flats in the small blind, which is quite weird. Obviously, we've seen his hand to be pocket aces, and I guess, in his mind, he's thinking, I've got to trap this guy. I personally would have fast played this hand. I don't think I would have done what this guy did. I don't really like this flat, and it's quite weird considering the stack size is behind. I mean, I guess on that flop, no one's going anywhere, and it just played itself out really after that. Check raise, pretty much all in. And he did get there, though, on the river, which is great for stand-up flush. So Chorizo is now down to third in chips after that loss. Stand-up flush takes a very nice pot for him. And he is on about 35 big blinds. Jack 10 off. Opening here is fine. I like it. Saluki is on 10 bigs. But, I think we probably still fold if he were to shove here. Well, 11 bigs he's on. We might be getting the odds here to call, but we're just keeping up our aggressive image here with Jack 10. Definitely not folding it full-handed. We get it through anyway, which is nice. Saluki shoves this time, and this time we actually have a hand. Pocket fives, I think, is a standard call here. Four-handed, hand values do go up. On a full ring table, this might be a bit closer, because if you're shoving on sort of earlier position, sort of mid position, potentially might even fold this hand here. But because we are four-handed, it's such a wide range, we are flipping, yes, and sometimes, we will be dominated, but it's unlikely considering he's only on 10 bigs. So, we go ahead and re-ISO because, we don't want to flat here and then have Chorizo come over the top with a hand like King Jack, which he may not have done, if we hadn't gone all in like this. So that's definitely a good re-ISO there. He's only got just over 20 bigs, 24, 25 big blinds. And we are flipping, but this time we lose the flip. We had been running good up to that point, but it's not a massive dent to our stack. He only had 10 bigs. We're still in comfortable chip territory with just over 300k. So yeah, I like we're straight back on the raising horse for sure. Chorizo decides to flat here. The board comes ace queen 4, and he donk leads into us. As I had shown earlier in my videos, in the earlier parts, I like the raising here when someone donks into us. I've adopted this sort of play from watching the Big Dog play on Tournament Poker Edge, and I fully understand his reasonings for it, and I do it the majority of the time. And this board, it's so dry. I mean, what is he leading out with here? He could definitely just have like a weak ace himself. And he has, we have seen him play hands weirdly, i.e. the pocket aces hand. He's just not deep enough for us to sort of make it, raise him back here, so for like 48k or 40k and then fold to shove, it just seems a little bit too spewy here. And if he was deeper, I do like raising here if we've got nothing, or maybe even floating and then taking him off on the turn. I do like that as well. But again, against this particular opponent, I like to play pretty straightforward against him because he doesn't. He is quite laggy, and he's literally capable of doing anything at any point in time, as we've seen throughout the course of this whole tournament that we've played with him. So yeah, go ahead and fold. Ace 9, go ahead and raise that. Wow. Decent pot there for Chorizo. I'll never know what he had though. Raise the 8 deuce on the button. And Saluki decides to flat us this time. Quite strange considering his stack size here. He's just on 20 bigs. Good board for us to c-bet. It's very dry. We could easily have a king here. So I like a sort of a third, less than half pot bet here. 13k really gets the job done, I think. Yeah, make it right between that. Which I like this bet sizing for sure. So it looks like we're sort of inducing him to kind of come back, play back at us with a decent hand ourselves. And when we are bluffing like we are, we're not wasting too much. And instead of bombing like 22k or 23k here, and then having him check raise us, it just defeats the purpose. And I think this bet serves the same purpose as making a larger size bet. And to be honest, it does look a bit stronger because it looks like you want him to come back over the top of him for sure. And he does go ahead and fold, which is nice. Very next hand, Queen Jack of Diamonds. I like the open. Folds to us with Ace Deuce. I think if this guy had opened, or maybe even the Saluki opened on us, I think we'd be just stuffing it down their throat here for sure, with an ace. Queen Jack. I do smell a 3-bet here. Yeah, I like it. 3-bet fold spot for sure. We're not taking it for value. Just kind of blockers to his opening range. He does decide to stuff it down our throat though this time. Yeah, I like that sizing. 34k seems fine. Keeping up the aggression, 6-10 off. Just peel one off, take one off there with 10-6 again. Just again going with the sort of game flow and not opening every single hand, but pretty much am doing that, but just don't want them to sort of understand exactly what I'm doing here. Just if we're raising every single hand, they're gonna start playing back at you. I think raising most of the hands at this stage is definitely plus EV for sure. So it's definitely just if you get a feel for the game flow and how it's going. I think it's very important, and that's one of the things I've learned, since I've made all these deep runs and started to win tournaments in 2012. That's been a big factor, I think, in learning to understand that, which I don't think I did very well, in the beginning of my, I guess my poker career. Is do that and just almost play like in a standard sort of robotic format. If I think, as I've mentioned maybe in earlier videos, I've always had sort of a good sort of foundation poker, and early stages, I'm pretty decent, and I always have been. It's just that transition into sort of adapting into late position, late stage poker, which I found the hardest. So I feel like something sort of clicked, and hopefully this could be the start of having some really big scores at some point. But still a lot of hard work to be done. Give him one there back with 10-4 off. Open the deuce 9. And we get jammed on, and of course we're not calling here with 9 high.